I've been hearing a lot about Lucian recently, so I decided to pick up the deck. What is going on, guys? Arm Games TV back again for another Riftbound deck profile, and today I'm going to be showcasing you the Purifier Lucian. It's very rare for me to play the orange color or the body rune for the game of Riftbound, but today I'm actually giving it a chance. And before we jump into the deck profile, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. If you want some Riftbound content, some Yu-Gi-Oh, OCG, TCG takes, this is the channel for you. And let's just jump into the deck profile. Starting with the legend, we are running the only Purifier Lucian right now. This will give your units +1 assault up to the number of equipments that is equipped to that unit. So Lucian could go up really beefy in this strategy. So as your legend, and for our chosen champion, we are running the Merciless Lucian, or the Orange Lucian. Orange Lucian here has Weapon Master and a very unique ability where when it first conquers a battlefield, it will ready itself. So you could probably imagine by now how Lucian plays. Lucian will just dash in and out to those battlefields, getting your points while keeping himself safe. And we are running 2 more in the main deck. And then next we are running the one of Red Lucian, which is the Gunslinger. Gunslinger Lucian here, I'm not sure if anyone is actually running this guy in their Lucian decks, but this could come in really handy, especially going against those high might units. Lucian, when attacking, will gain assault, and aside from that, Lucian will give assault damage first as an attack trigger. So paired with Purifier legend ability, if Lucian, let's say, has 5 equipments, he's gonna gain all those might buff from those equipments, +5 from the assault buff of the Purifier, and +1 assault from Gunslinger's own ability, and then deal that first damage to the battlefield before entering the showdown. So if that makes sense, so this will enter a battlefield, kill a unit first with its ability, and then perform showdown. In paper it sounds so good, but we usually want to utilize the Orange Lucian in game. This could come up when it's really needed, like when you want to deal with those huge units, or in the mirror at least. If your opponent is trying to hold, Gunslinger Lucian will be able to deal with that huge battlefield. For the rest of the units, we are playing 3 copies of the first mate. This is a mandatory 3 of. This will ready a unit when played. And having said that, we can take advantage of our Lucian as much as possible, even after we conquer a field. So 3 of first mate. We have 2 of Rengar, just to add more damage, add more salt to the wound. Entering a battlefield with Lucian, and then just ganking up with Rengar, pouncing into that battlefield, giving 5 additional more damage to that showdown. So 2 Rengar. This is my spicy tech for this build. And then we are running 2 Kianas. You'll see later the equipments that I'm running in this deck, and mind you, this deck really has a lot of equipments, and which will actually benefit more our Kiana with her ability. So yeah, 2 Kianas. And then we also have the big guys here. We have 2 copies of Rune Runner. This is the scariest unit in the orange color, and we want to utilize that because we're playing orange. We also have the 1 Brinner Thunder Song. We're only running 1 because it's actually too expensive. That's 6 cost. And this is like our third copy of Rune Runner in a sense. And then we're also running one Ferocious or Feroz Forerunner. Also, we're here for the might. This is our way of bringing out big guys as well, not just trusting everything to Lucian. So these are our big dogs for our unit lineup. We also have one action here for the gear matches, gear heavy matches. Action will deal with those pesty gears, not to mention those Aurora gears. Action will do the job. Now let's enter, like I mentioned earlier, this deck runs a lot of gears. So I'm gonna start off with the main ones. We have 2 Skyfall of Arion, 2 Bone Shiver, and the 2 Trinity Force. So this is the notorious Skyfall Arion Trinity Force combo, where they usually call it Trinity Sky or Tri-Sky or Sky Force, I think. So what happens is Skyfall here has the ability where the hold effects are also conquer effects, and also vice versa. Paired with Trinity Force, which says when I hold, I score a point. So with these two attached to a unit, when that unit conquers, Skyfall will trigger, and then Trinity Force will trigger because it's a hold effect. And since Skyfall can turn it into a conquer effect, you're actually going to gain a point there. So that one conquer with these two equipped is going to give you 2 easy points. Also on the hold, Trinity Force will still give you that 1 additional point. So imagine if you have these 4 cards in cycle, you're unstoppable, man. You just next thing you know, you just getting 4 points in one turn, and then the next turn you get another point, another 4-point swing, and then win from there. And then also this one, Bone Shiver. When conquered with Bone Shiver, you can actually channel 1 rune. So imagine you have Kiana. Imagine Kiana equipped with Triforce, Bone Shiver, and the Skyfall of Arion. So with this equipment, or with these items for Kiana, Kiana is gonna get 1 draw and 1 channel on Conquer, 1 channel from Bone Shiver, a point from Trinity Force, and then on hold, since Skyfall is equipped to a Kiana, Kiana will give you a draw or a channel during the hold phase, which is really crazy for this deck. Kiana will just give you all the power and all the energy you need to sustain Lucian and just overpower your opponent, outgas your opponent, and along with all those mites you get from all the items. So those are some of the equipments. We're also running the Doran's Blade in addition as our cheap equipment. This is a 2-drop. So this is an easy turn 1 equipment. And then now we are going to the spells. First off, we are gonna be running 3 of Lucian's special skill, or his signature skill, I mean. Signature spell, Relentless Pursuit. So this is just Ride the Wind with an equipment attachment, and also the extra effect where when the unit conquers, it can move back to the base. So with Lucian, with Lucian, let's say you have Lucian and Doran's Blade unattached to any unit. You play Relentless Pursuit. That's gonna move your Lucian to a battlefield, equipping the Doran's Blade, getting you a point there, and then Relentless Pursuit is gonna move it back. And then since Lucian hasn't moved yet with his own movement, you can move back to another battlefield, trigger his effect to ready, and then move back again. Or even with Kiana, let's say you got Kiana with Bone Shiver. So you play Relentless Pursuit, move Kiana to a battlefield, attach the Bone Shiver, and then move it back since Relentless Pursuit result, and then move her with her own movement, conquer, and then since Relentless Pursuit is still live, you're gonna move her back to the base. So it's basically Ride the Wind on drugs. So mandatory 3 of for our Relentless Pursuit, and then we have the blowout spells here. We're running 3 of the Crazy Punch first. That card's crazy, man, I swear. And then of course the 3 challenge. We are an orange deck, we play challenge. Our only removal for those units in the base. And then for draw power, we are running 2, 3 confront, and the 3 angle shot, which is gonna wrap up our main deck. Now for the rune split, we are playing 7 orange and the 5 red. We have more orange runes because most of our items are orange, so very self-explanatory. And then for the lanes locations, we have Sunken Temple, Forge of the Fluffed, and the Orange Forge. Sunken Temple here, since our Lucian or all our units going to be mighty when it enters a battlefield, we can always trigger Sunken Temple to draw 1. And then Forge of the Fluffed here is going to be a free attachment for your items. And of course, Orange Forge here is going to give you a 1 cost discount for all your items. And that is gonna wrap up our Lucian deck profile, guys. What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. What do you think of this deck? Is it actually a sleeper deck moving forward after the ban list? Or Lucian's gonna stay in that bottom tier? Let me know in the comments below. And if you have some tech that I forgot to consider, you know what to do. And that is it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit this video a thumbs up. And as always, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you.